snow's finally stopped, but Norway's wild beauty hasn't let up. In this episode, we make some snap decisions that have us taking ferries through stunning fjords, discovering amazing campsites, and witnessing an avalanche accidentally caught on camera. Good morning, welcome to another day in Norway. Stopped snowing today at least. We're on our way again. We planned on a direction, then we changed our mind, then we changed our mind back. Just seen moose number one. Well, there's actually two of them, so two mooses. I haven't seen any bears yet.
The way we're driving through now, I would say it's a nice rounded bottom valley, so it's a glacial valley.
The lake out there's still partly frozen, by the looks of it. This is incredible. We've just turned off the main road and it feels so kind of windy and oh, it's just pretty. It's so pretty. There's a lake there. This one's frozen solid. Wow. Just wow. Holy moly, this drive up through here is incredible. Turn off the 15 and head up the 63 towards Trollstein, which unfortunately is closed.
It's times like this I'm glad of Joe's tunnel phobia, because if we kept on the 15, tunnel went straight through the mountain.
There that we just come up from.
No, this is what we're going down.
Oh, we're going down to. Oh, okay, we're going down to there. Whew. This is 14 kilometers of zigzaggy downhill. The drive down to the Geirangerfjord was steep, winding and stunning. And when we got to the bottom, we made a completely random decision. Keep watching. We arrived in the town of Geiranger just as the ferry was pulling in. We had no idea a ferry even went from here. So we pulled into the queue, and next thing, us and Bertie are taking a fjord cruise to the other side. We had no idea where the other side was or where it went, but a spur-of-the-moment decision had us heading into some of the best scenery of our trip. Where do we go from here? No idea. It was a snap decision, remember? We looked at the map and there were two ways to go. One with tunnels, the other without. So this is basically how our decisions are being made. We found an amazing spot in the mountains to stay the night. We camped in this wonderful spot last night. It was beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous. But as we're sitting there last night, we heard this long rumble. And we thought, oh man, is that a rock slide? We come outside to check, we couldn't see anything. It turns out that 117 years ago, to the day, there was a massive rock slide in the area that blocked off the river, causing the village to flood. There's actually a submerged village there where you can dive. We're not going to dive, it's too cold, but we're going to go have a look anyway. I was driving along filming sheep with my 360-degree camera when I heard a loud roar behind me. I looked back and thought initially it was a waterfall, so I told Mike to pull over and have a look. But by the time we stopped, the waterfall had disappeared. It turned out it was an avalanche, and I managed to capture it on my 360 camera while filming the sheep. Don't stop for 800 metres, this is where all the rock slides are. I'm glad it didn't say that where we camped last night. But up here, there's a rock slide is closed off the river here, so that's why there's lots of little lakes. Jeez, it's so pretty. That looks like grass down there, but it's this reflection. Just seen this, it's incredible. Look how clear and still that lake is. I just can't stop grinning. I'm just in awe of the scenery. It's amazing. So this is the lake with the sunken city that was covered all those years ago. And it's been pretty much preserved because of the cold water. And you can just see a wall here, but to see most of it, you need to scuba dive. Yeah, we're not going in there. But I'm sure they do tours. We continued on to the small village of Oi, where the sun came out and everything looked like it belonged on a postcard. A calm lake, towering mountains, and a fancy hotel. The public bathrooms even had a shower, which we made good use of. Just in the queue for another ferry, for another fjord cruise. It's a 30-minute one, this one. And look at me, I'm in blimmin' shorts. So we stopped in a nice little place called Oi. It was beautiful, sunny. We had our shorts on. We caught the ferry through the fjord to another little place, and the weather's completely different here. It's raining, it's windy,
Cold.
we've got our longs back on. Just going for a drive. Hopefully find somewhere to camp a bit later. We'll see what the weather. There's a town coming up. We'll see what the weather's doing by the time we get there. The rain got heavier, so we pulled into a rest stop for the night. It was too wet to take a photo. Here's what it looked like in the morning. Bertie gets pole position again, but he can't see anything. Today we caught the ferry from Vestnes to Mold, but this was no ordinary ferry. It was a super fast and super quiet ferry. It was an electric ferry, and they were able to recharge the batteries while the cars were embarking and disembarking. The ferries are also super flash, complete with cafeterias and toilets, all for a 20-minute crossing. Now we're just continuing on along the E39, heading up towards the Lofoten Islands. It's 15 hours from here, so it's not going to be a rush trip. Today was a day of following the main roads, as there was no other choice. We had about 3 or 4 ferry crossings, a few long bridges, and one 750-metre tunnel. As long as they're less than a kilometre, I've been fine. It's been a little bit of a mission on this trip trying to avoid tunnels. I mentioned at the start that I don't like them. We've had to go through a few, but just little ones so far. We've managed to avoid the 24-kilometre tunnel that's south of here. There's also a 14-kilometre tunnel south of here. I think the ones north of here are kind of about 8 kilometres. It's probably the longest. We'll see if we can avoid them. If we can't, then you can just watch my panic face as we go through them. If anyone doesn't like tunnels like me, once we finish this, I'll put the whole route up. It may be helpful to you. This is one impressive bridge. It's time to catch another ferry. I've lost count of how many ferries we've caught. This is what we do to avoid tunnels. We catch ferries and go over bridges. So I've caught so many ferries, but we haven't bothered to show you guys the ferries, and they're all very flash. Look, seats. I mean, this is like probably a 15-20 minute cruise. And they've got a cafeteria usually. So these ferries are electric. They're so quiet.
Yeah, they got battery packs and they recharge in 5 minutes while the cars are going on and off the ferries at terminals.
How crazy is that? That's very cool. It makes for a nice, relaxing, quiet drive. The day turned out gorgeous. Bright blue skies, and Mike was down to shorts and t-shirts. To avoid the main city of Trondheim, we turned off onto quiet country roads, which then turned into a dirt road. Well, we found the gravel roads in Norway. So far all the roads have been pretty main and good, but it's the first gravel one. It was about 3:30 p.m. when we found a beautiful spot just off the gravel road, overlooking a small lake. In Norway, all the service stations have these sausages wrapped in bacon. I thought they looked quite yummy, not the sort of thing we'd normally eat, but we're going to give it a go. Hot. Oh, it's yummy.
It's hot.
Really yummy. That's actually really good. So not only is it wrapped in bacon, it's got cheese in the middle. Well, that sausage was super delicious. I don't usually like that sort of thing, but it was really good. I mean, I'll probably have another one of those for the trip. So I think it's like New Zealand's version of the pie, the fast food at the service stations. So we keep changing our mind on which route we were taking. We were just heading up to Bodo to catch the ferry to the Lofoten Islands. Well, we talked to someone the other day and he said there's another way following the FV17, which is more of a minor road, but apparently it's a very scenic route, coastal route. So we thought we'd try that. It's going to take a lot longer, but we're not in a rush, not at this stage. Not until our 90 days are up, then we might be in a bit of a rush. So we're just going to another ferry crossing, which is just keeping us on the back roads. It's a 7:15 at the moment. This beautiful little spot we've found right beside the fjord to stay for the night. It's so peaceful. There's nobody here. Coming up in the next episode, Norway's tunnels really put my phobia to the test.